Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Hey, welcome everybody to Raising an Archer here at Texas Archery. I am here with Carrie Gehring.
Hi.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yes.
Carrie Gehring.
Yes.
I like to have a little grumble to that voice.
Yep.
It sounds really good. We're here at our third. We're only broadcasting twice,
Yep.
so we're keeping it kind of light this weekend, kind of getting back into the swing of things. But this is our third SYWAT of the weekend, the halfway mark, our largest group by far. It looks like there are a couple open spots. There's a few people that didn't show. And also the thing that kind of saves us is that we have the 10-yarders. There was only like 3.
Yeah.
And something that I noted last time, I don't know if you noted it because you don't have a kid there, but the 10-yarders are getting smaller and smaller. I had at one point last year, or maybe 2 years ago, we had 3 bales
Oh, wow.
of 10-yarders. Like I had to add another bale because it kept filling up. Now we're to the point where we're basically, we have only used 1 bale so far each time. Hope that's not a trend.
I hope not either. We need to get those kids shooting.
We do need to get those kids shooting. But I do see a lot more Olympic recurve, which is cool to see when it comes to youth. Because compound there for a while was really coming on
heavy.
strong.
Yeah.
And so now we're seeing a lot more recurve come and shoot, which is exciting. If you've never seen, if you've never been a part of SYWAT, Shoot Your Way Across Texas, it's kind of a cool series here in Texas. It's hosted mainly by archery shops. Shops will host 2 a year. For the most part, I'm generalizing. And those archers can come and shoot those. They can shoot them as many times as they want through a weekend, but only the top score will move on. You're looking to get the top 3 scores so that you can come into the state championship. A lot of people want that shooter of the year, which is the top score.
Right.
You'll come into that last weekend and everybody's noticing that they're just so close.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so they'll
There's
go ahead.
several divisions that are going to, by February, will be
It'll be tight.
tight races.
It'll be tight. So what that means is they'll take their top 3 scores, they'll have shooter of the year, but what happens is those scores then go toward your state champion. So you can be shooter of the year and not win the state title, which does happen quite a bit. That tournament this series ends in at Cinnamon Creek in the Dallas-Fort Worth area out on Roanoke. And
end of February.
End of February, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's that last weekend of February. So that means is that you need to go ahead and start getting your reservations if you're going, because there's not a lot of hotels out there, so you may have to drive a little bit.
I think they were building one when we were there last year.
Yeah.
In the little area by Cinnamon Creek. So
it's not a long drive, even if you have to find something a little further out, but it's nice to be real close to that. I guess there's a big Bass Pro Shop out there now.
There is. Buc-ee's. There's a big Buc-ee's right down the road right there.
Are you guys going to do state this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much from this weekend until March 16th.
Every weekend's full?
Every weekend is full. We end our indoor season in Vegas, and then my brother gets married the weekend after Vegas.
Okay.
And then we'll take a little bit of a breather. End of March is State 4-H. That is really technically the end of indoor season for Connor's, end of March.
And then it just shifts to outdoor.
And then we go to outdoor. Yep.
What are you guys going to do for outdoor?
I don't know. Connor, I think, wants to dabble in 3D a little bit. But I still think we'll end up doing outdoor target.
So it's interesting. I think Connor's a lot like Ryan, my son. He liked the idea of 3D, but never really. He likes paper better.
Yeah.
And I know some people are like, no way. It's true. There are kids out there that just like paper better than the 3D shoot, which is. It is kind of interesting because I think 3D has a whole different dynamic of there's fun walking through the woods and seeing different animals,
right.
But even for field shoot, which has the exact same feel, I think, as 3D, but it's a target-based, and Ryan absolutely loves that.
Okay. Well, see, we haven't shot field. We did shoot one 3D last year, and it wasn't a good taste of it because we kept having lightning delays, and the weather just wasn't real conducive. the other thing is we run so hard indoor that by the end of March, we're like,
Ready
no
for
archery.
a break. Ready for a break.
Yes.
Well, he's getting to that age where it's going to be harder and harder for him to not take it as serious, I think.
Right. It is. It is. We did take most of the summer. In fact, we did take a lot of the summer off this past summer. And he's playing a little bit of catch up from that. He wanted to play golf and figure,
that's okay.
and I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we did that over any of the 3Ds or any of he didn't even, I think maybe he shot one outdoor target series tournament and then was like, I want to play golf. I'm tired. So it's finding that balance between keeping him in shape but not burning him out.
Yeah. Did he shoot Joad Nationals last year?
Nope, we didn't go.
So I think
That was in his golfing season.
we've had a couple kids over the years that don't like outdoor, and they would take outdoor off, and they were able to get away with it for a little while.
Yeah, Connor gets away with it by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
Because come August, when he does pick his bow back up to be serious, he does have to work a little bit harder to get back into shape.
Yeah. And that's and like I said, like you can get away with it when you're younger. Once they start hitting that 15-ish age, it gets harder and harder to catch up because those kids have been working hard even through the summer, even though it's miserable to shoot here in Texas.
Yeah.
They still put a lot of time in behind the bow. We had a friend that Ryan's best friend in high school. They were very competitive together. He hated outdoor. I had the same speech with him. He went ahead and shot 2 seasons. His junior to senior year, he decided it wasn't worth shooting. He wanted the summer off. When he came back, he was too far behind.
Yeah.
And just couldn't.
Yeah, couldn't
And
make
so
it up.
He literally went from open to bow hunter just so he knew he could compete in bow hunter, and he
Right.
did. And that was okay. That was his decision. He wanted to do that. But the fact is these kids are just so good.
Yes.
Boys, girls, all of them. When it comes to open class, very hard for them to catch up.
Right.
So we have SYWAT here. Here in a second. She's already got the target faces up. We have Jacqueline, which she handles all our directing, which is awesome. She does such a great job. So she's here today for us, and she'll probably be here next weekend too for the TSA State Championship. Jacqueline, can you move to the targets so we can Carrie can go ahead and explain the scoring because it's a little different than the normal colored target.
Face, or what we call Vegas face. This is the SYWAT target. You'll see a 5-spot or the single spot. The X ring and white of each of those is actually the same size and counts as a 5, with the X ring being an X. On the single spot, you'll go out from there 4, 3, 2, and 1, and anything outside the paper is a miss on the single spot. On the 5 spot, like I said, anything X ring or white counts as 5 points. The next 2 blue rings are 4, and anything outside of that is a miss.
So you're telling me on a 5 spot, if you just miss the 4, it's a miss?
It's a 0. It is a miss. Counts
That's
as
messed
0
up.
Points. Archers.
Judge Carey is
I know.
mean.
Archers can shoot. The end consists of 5 arrows, either on the single or the 5 spot. On the 5 spot, archers can shoot 5 arrows in any target face, basically. You can put 2 in one, 3 in the other. You can do, like what we just saw was 1 arrow per target. That's typically what you'll see out of the archers. But if you are aiming for the center and accidentally shoot top right, that's all right. It still counts.
I just noticed your son is shooting a Matthews, which is surprising. You threw me off because we were talking about the last,
Yes.
earlier this morning that he is a
do.
Hoyt boy.
He is a Hoyt boy. It's something that we have. My husband and I both shoot Hoyts and have for years, 6, 8 years, and that's all Connor's ever shot besides his very first little kid bow. Everything has always been a Hoyt. We are fortunate enough to have some friends that Connor's about the same size, and we were able to just buy mods, and he's just trying it out. We do have a Hoyt on order. It'll get
So
here sometime.
if it's my luck, I'm going to say this out loud, which you're probably going to kill me. he'll be like, I really like this.
No,
this
he
Matthews.
does. He put it in his hands, I think, Thursday night. He shot it for a little bit Thursday night with it not tuned to him or anything, just to shoot it, and then brought it home Friday. All the tuning he did Friday. And then this morning he shot his Hoyt and then said, all right, I'm going to shoot the Matthews. So we're just going to see how it goes. He does like it. He says it seems to be a little bit more forgiving, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how he shoots. I know that that is a significantly different feel of a bow.
It is.
You know,
And like we were talking about it a little bit earlier, he has grown about 6 inches in the last year. And so his orange bow, which is the Hoyt Stratus, went from looking really big against his body to now it's really small. And I think it's because of the riser length is different. Not just not the total axle to axle, but the actual riser length is different in the two bows.
He shot that Stratus pretty well.
He did. And we had some good ups on it. I mean, there was one time where, I don't know, last year this time he couldn't miss with it. But I think my husband and I were talking, I think over time he's reaching for X's.
Yeah.
He sits right about 57, 58 X's. Today he shot a very low X count this morning for him. So when they're reaching for just little numbers, it's you're going to do whatever you can. You're going to find the bow, like we talked about, that is the most forgiving for your archer.
Yeah, and they get frustrated, when they drop a couple, and then, as a parent, it's like I know where they can shoot, and then all of a sudden they drop a few, and then they drop a few more, and you're like, what's going on? And then you can just tell they're just mad.
I mean, the other good thing is too, we were talking. You had a release in your shop that Connor has been shooting one that's probably had